Out of all the things they could have came up with, this is it? This is the ad campaign, Bumble? Baby, I could have done a better job than this. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Let Me Just Say This. If you are new here, hello, welcome to the vibe, welcome to the tribe. Go ahead and subscribe because you are going to love it here. And if you are watching, hello, hey, from the living room once again. Baby, I hope you guys are having an amazing time at the time that you are watching or listening to this. And if you are not, come here. Here's a hug. Here's a hug if you needed it. Child, when I tell you, TikTok has been TikToking very heavily lately. And today in particular, we're going to get into the Bumble Fumble. And if you are not aware, don't worry. I'm going to fill you in on everything that was going on with Bumble. Okay. And also just a little bit of commentary and perspective on the dating apps, because I have used a dating app before. I used Hinge. I was on Bumble for one day, hated it. And I'm going to explain to you guys why I hated it. But we're also going to get into how to use dating apps the right way, because there is a method to this, baby. This is checkers, not chess. Okay. Before we get into everything though, I just want to give a big shout out to you guys who have been supporting. Honestly, y'all reminded me why I still do this. Because when I say I love y'all down, when I say I love y'all deep, y'all showed out on Instagram with all the love. Y'all showed out with these last 2 episodes and showing all the support since I've decided to come back to y'all. And it really reminded me why I should have never left y'all in the first place. It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a dope beat to step to. Listen, I shouldn't have left y'all. I'm sorry. And y'all definitely smacked me upside the head and was like, hey girl, we love you. We miss you. We support you. And honestly, I am more than thankful, more than grateful. And I just want to give you guys a shout out for that. I love y'all deep. And a little bit of a housekeeping note. If you would like to support the podcast even more, you can go over to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, leave a review, leave 5 stars. Let me know what you're thinking, baby, because it really helps your girl out. And of course, you already know, if you don't follow on Instagram and TikTok, what are you doing, baby? Because it goes up over there at LMJST_pod over there. And I promise you, you're going to have the time of your life. Just go through the comments. Just go through the comments, honey. It's already up. And it's stuck. Hey there, my beautiful tribe. It is your favorite blind baddie, and let me just say this. If you are not rocking Zeelool, you are missing out on a whole vibe. And before you skip through this ad, go ahead and commit code LMJST to your memory. Let me put you on. Zeelool is one of the best affordable eyewear brands out right now. Y'all know I've been rocking with them for over a year, and let me tell you, they've never steered me wrong. From the most fashionable frames for my queens to the boldest specs for my kings, Zeelool's got us covered. And don't even get me started on the kiddos. They'll be out here flexing harder than the grown folks, okay? But wait, there's more flavor in this eyewear gumbo, honey. Zeelool has a hookup with clear prescription transition lenses, sunglasses, reading glasses, you name it. They got it just like they're reading our minds, boo. Zeelool's got you protected from all angles. Blue light blocking for them long night scrolling, anti-scratch for when life gets rough, UV protection because we gotta protect these retinas, and anti-reflective for them flawless selfies. Shout out to Zeelool for partnering with Let Me Just Say This, and don't forget to use the promo code LMJST on your next order to save 10% off. And guess what? They're always dropping sales like hotcakes and keeping up with the latest eyewear trends. I'm talking about staying ahead of the curve, baby. So maybe you should do the same. Go over to Zeelool, use code LMJST, and save 10% off your order, and help me pay these bills. All right, let me get y'all up to speed with the Bumble situation. I call it Bumble's Fumble, and TikTok has been dragging Bumble for filth for the past week. And honestly, it prompted an apology, which honestly, I feel like it was a half-assed apology, but you know, brands will always apologize for something once they get called out and once they get dragged on social media for it. In my opinion, when I saw this, my initial reaction wasn't really anything dramatic. I honestly didn't care too much, but I can relate to what the girls are saying. So, for anybody who's out of the loop, okay, Bumble launched an ad campaign, which consisted of billboards, various billboards around various cities. And the overall targeting seemed as if it was towards women. And the overall message is anti-celibacy and pro-hookup culture. And of course, this makes sense. I mean, Bumble is a dating app and Bumble thrives off of hookup culture. So let me just show you guys, for you guys watching, I'll put it on the screen. For y'all listening, I'm going to read this. And this was the first one I saw. And I was like, there has to be a Black woman in that writer's room because there's no way. There's no way y'all came up with this on your own. So this says, you know full and well a vow of celibacy is not the answer. That was the first one that I had saw. And this one also says, thou shalt not give up on dating and become a nun. Okay. Child, they didn't stop there. They kept going with the billboards. This one says, a vow of celibacy is not the answer. Listen, Bumble girl, just because I'm on a dating app does not mean I am DTF. Okay? That's number one. Number two, I don't know why it's so tone deaf to put this out, but at the same time, not, because a lot of the girls, and to include myself, have been talking about, stopping dating and, going celibate and just focusing on ourselves. That has been a lot of the messaging. And I feel like a lot of sentiment of a lot of single women who have been going through these cycles and these experiences that haven't been very fulfilling. Okay. And it's crazy that Bumble, of all apps, would put out an ad campaign like this. And I think they did their thuck thizzle because I don't believe that they believe in this. I think they needed some razzle dazzle. They needed some controversy because people stopped getting on their app. And there's also Bumble BFF. I might talk about that a little bit later, but Bumble BFF is a way to make friends, right? And Bumble BFF, I think, is great. However, Bumble as a dating app, I wouldn't use it. I would not use it. And the girls on TikTok really shared the sentiment that they feel like this ad campaign was, or is, very much so, like I said, pro hookup culture, pro, if you're going to be on this app, then you might as well be bumping uglies with somebody. And, a vow of celibacy is not the answer, is not what we want to hear. If you really want to get the girls back on the app, this ain't how you do it. It's not. Like, honestly, y'all got dragged for filth. They issued an apology, a long ass, drawn out, half-ass apology, which we're not going to read here today. And I'm sure if you go on TikTok and you look up Bumble, you might still find some videos, but I really think Bumble, I don't know who at TikTok they pay, but baby, they scrubbed a lot of those videos down. A lot of the videos dragging Bumble are now gone. But you may catch some still on there if you want to really catch up a little bit more. But that's the gist of Bumble. Now, I really want to get into why I hate Bumble. Once upon a time, I was on the dating apps. Bumble was actually the first app I had ever used. I think I was on it for one day before I promptly went to Hinge. And I went to Hinge because, one, I had seen a video from a matchmaker that said basically Hinge is the best app for Black women. Hinge is the safest app for Black women. And also Hinge allows you to do a race filter for free $99. And I date exclusively Black. Maybe one day we'll talk about that, but I date exclusively Black men. And I didn't want to have to filter through, guys that I knew I didn't want to date. So I went over to Hinge and I had a time on Hinge. My time on Bumble, like I said, was very limited because not only were the options not that great, I didn't like the premise of Bumble. And I get it because Bumble's supposed to be for women by women. The point of Bumble is you get the matches and the woman makes the first move. She slides into those DMs first. Bumble gives 50-50 energy. Bumble gives, you're going to be chasing the entire time. You're going to be chasing the entire time. A lot of the men who use Bumble are men who don't have the energy or the desire or the drive to pursue. They want to be pursued. And this is a well-known thing. This is a very well-known thing about Bumble, okay? All the girls know that Bumble gives that type of energy. However, there are some women who like to use Bumble for this reason. However, I haven't seen not one success story. I haven't. And to be honest, from the dating apps in general, there aren't many success stories. Most people don't meet their soulmate on a dating app. You're not going to meet your life partner on a dating app. That's not what they're for. Dating apps thrive off of you being single, being lonely, and they thrive off of these short connections with people, not building long-term, sustainable, and healthy relationships. I honestly think that making the first move as a woman is incredibly risky because on one hand, it can be a great act and show of confidence. And a lot of men really like that. Like the girl a couple years ago on Twitter who said she shoots her shot by sending wings over to the guy's table. And I'm thinking, that's cute and that could be really playa, but you don't do that for somebody that's probably isn't gonna like you. Like there has to be some like eye connection or something first that's giving the inkling that I see you, you see me. Okay, let me give you the layup. And that's what I feel like a lot of women do. Instead of shooting their shot first, they give the layup so that he can go ahead and make that bucket. And if you don't get the basketball terms, baby, all I'm saying is we give the man an opportunity to shoot their shot at us by letting them know that we are interested. Apps like Bumble take that away. Even though the guy is swiping on you first, right? He may show, oh, you're cute, cool. Or maybe you swiped on him first and he swiped you back. You still have to make the first move. And like I said, when you're a woman and you shoot your shot first, you can very easily set the tone that you don't need to be pursued. It really is giving, you don't have to court me. I'm going to actually chase after you. You don't have to pursue me for real. And I can't really get jiggy with that. Like, and don't get me wrong. There have been times that I shot my shot for, honestly, have there been times? I don't even know if there have been times. I was about to lie to y'all. I was about to lie right here, right now in this moment. Just recently, I shot my shot in a very playful way. And it didn't result in anything. You want to know why? Because there was no date. There was no follow through. There was just nothing. It was just like, okay, I shot my shot. I gave you the layup. The next thing you're supposed to do is build upon that as a man, in my opinion, okay? That's just my opinion. Now, see, my problem is I'm confident enough to shoot my shot first, but I still expect to be chased. I still expect to be courted. I still expect for the guy to pursue me and do things as if he were in pursuit of me. Because really and truly, in my eyes, if I shot my shot, all I'm doing is giving you the layup. All I'm doing is giving you an opportunity to shoot your shot for real. Like when I say I shoot my shot, I'm not sending wings to nobody's table like, oh girl, on Twitter a couple years ago. Okay. I'm just letting you know, hey, hi, I see you. You see me? Okay, now that you see me, be about some action. Like that's what it's giving, in my opinion. Listen, I know that some people are going to say, well, some men are too shy to shoot their shots. Some men don't know that you are interested, so you maybe should make the first move. Now hear me out, okay? I understand that. And I'm not saying I disagree. I'm just saying that shoot or shoot. As a woman who is dealing with men, okay? Any man who really wants you and is interested in you is going to go out of his way to get you. If he is too shy to come to speak to you, if he is afraid, or if he is uncertain, okay? You got to understand that these are things that align with other aspects of themselves and their self-confidence that they have to work on. That maybe take precedence over dating. I'm just saying. I just feel like when you're dealing with someone and you're out dating, you have to have a certain level of confidence, okay? And I'm not saying it is more acceptable for women to be shy and afraid to shoot their shot. I still feel like you need to have confidence in any aspect. But when it comes to who is going to pursue who and what type of tone you want to set in your dating experience, you can really set yourself up for failure if you are pursuing someone who doesn't have the drive or the intention or desire to pursue you. And just because these men are on Bumble and they're matching with you, or really any app, just because someone matches with you or likes your picture, doesn't mean that they are now in the position or have the desire to pursue you or date you seriously or court you. They just think you're attractive. There is just something on paper that they see on their screen that they find enticing or maybe even just cute, and they double tapped and swiped away from you to the next person. And that's the nature and the culture of dating apps. It's short term most of the time. It's quick interactions. It's a lot of ghosting. It's a lot of mixed intentions that really causes a lot of people really to be on there wasting their time or just going through people. And this really segues me into the fact that your soulmate is not on Hinge. Your soulmate is not on Tinder. They're not on Bumble. Maybe they're on Raya. Maybe they're on The League. But those are apps that most people can't get to or get on, you know what I'm saying? Because they're supposed to be exclusive dating apps, but they're not on the regular degla everyday dating app. Most likely not. Like the odds that you're gonna find your soulmate on a dating app are so low that if you are paying for these dating apps, I need you to delete the app, okay? Put your phone down and go outside. Go outside, pay for some outdoor experiences, some human interaction. Most people meet their partner through a mutual friend. Most people meet their partner outside in real life. In real life, they meet their partner, not on a dating app. And don't get me wrong, when I first started using the dating apps, I thought to myself, maybe I could find something serious on here, okay? But the more I got to swiping, the more I cycled through people, the more I saw that my friends had matched with the same people, telling them the same things. I remember one time I had matched with this guy on Hinge who had also matched with two of my homegirls, okay? And when I matched with him, he sent me this long paragraph that seemed so in-depth, right? But when I read it, I already knew it was some bullshit. Because first of all, why are you sending me this long-ass paragraph and I don't even know you? You have this saved in your notes. You be sending this to other women, and lo and behold, he was. He sent the same message to both my homegirls. Like, come on. The more you cycle through these apps, the more you realize it's all full of shit. It's all full of shit. It's all for a quick experience, and it can really harm the lover girl in you. You can really end up in some toxic situations thinking that you're going to find the love of your life on a dating app. And I feel like, especially for the people who are those type of people who meet a person, they're like, ooh, I wonder if this is the one. Baby, nobody you meet on there is going to be the one. And if they are, God is supremely blessing you, okay? Because it doesn't happen often. It's very rare, especially if you live in a small city. Oh, girl. Honestly, life has been better since I let the dating apps go. I'm not saying dating has gotten any easier. It's still hard out here for a pimp, but I'm just saying the dating apps are just unnecessarily dramatic and toxic, and honestly, a little bit of a dating nuance. Because I hate when I match with someone and then I see them outside and they don't give the same energy as they did on the app. And then what really gives me the ick is the fact that somebody could come across my profile. Now I'm on here like putting myself out there in a way that is kind of embarrassing. It's kind of embarrassing to get caught on a dating profile. Like, that's just how I feel, because honestly, I think people who use dating apps are in a very specific place. Once you are really at peace, you know what I'm saying, and you're open to dating for, you know, more than just simply wanting another person or wanting to have a connection, you don't need dating apps. It just happens naturally as you go outside and you're open to it. But if you're seeking out that stuff, like being on an app, it just gives, I really need this. And I don't like that. I don't like that for us. Now I know this is not going to persuade everyone to stop using the dating apps. And I feel like in some ways, dating apps can be very helpful. My dating app experience allowed me to see what was in my city. It allowed me to explore, essentially. And I really enjoyed my time. When I tell you the time in which I had Hinge, I was having my way with the world. I was having my way with the world. I was just having a good time. I was there for vibes, but I was very intentional about how I set up my dating profile. And there's a right way and a wrong way to be on dating apps, okay? And I need you to be clear about what you're doing on that app, okay? Because when I was on Hinge, I made it very clear that I was just there for vibes. I'm not looking for nothing serious. I'm here for funsies. I'm here for vibes. If you're here for vibes too and you fine, hey, shot with me, okay? Like, that's how I handled my dating situation on the apps. I see a lot of people who use dating apps and are either disingenuous, dishonest, or delusional. Okay, the 3Ds. How you gonna come on? You have to be for real with yourself. Be realistic and be, I would say, have discernment, but stand on business, okay? Because you can state your intentions up front. And if you match with somebody and y'all intentions don't match, why are you still talking to them? Or if you go on somebody's page and you see stuff that you don't like as far as character is concerned, but maybe they're attractive, why are you still swiping on them? Honey, you gotta be a little bit choosier, even honestly, especially on the apps. Cause there's some crazy motherfuckers on them apps. There's some wild, crazy people, cosplaying ass people on those dating apps. You have to do it the right way. You have to do it the right way. And you really, I think anybody on a dating app should see it as a form of advertising yourself, okay? You are putting on a showcase of who you are. You're selling yourself to this person to make them want to swipe on you. I don't even know if it's swipe left or right because I don't even use, that's how not in tune I am with the apps. Like, I literally don't even know which way we're swiping. I'm just going to say we swiping on you, which means they want you. But you want to sell yourself. And I'm not saying lie or, edit your pictures or do anything like that. What I'm saying is showcase the best version of yourself. Okay? Hinge is not the place to showcase your traumas. Honestly, it ain't even really this place to showcase your toxicity. That's probably going to happen regardless. But it's the place to showcase the best part of you, the most fun part of yourself. Understand that what you put on your dating profile is going to impact the type of people you attract. If all you have are pictures that showcase, certain attributes of yourself, you're going to attract people who only care about that. If all you have are pictures that are, giving a little bit, I'm not going to say boring, but monotonous. If you don't have any character, if you're not showing anything fun, if you don't have anything interesting, anything that another person can grab onto and build upon, like, you're probably going to attract other boring people. You're going to attract people who, if anybody at all, to be honest, because all these apps are about vanity. All these apps are like, okay, if you don't look good, swipe. Because why? You see the picture first. You see your picture first on the app. That's what they're judging off first. And then they go to your profile. They read through your little prompts and your answers, or they listen to your voice memo. You have to put something on there that not sets you apart, but uniquely identifies you in a way that showcases your personality, that showcases like, hey, this is me. You want to learn some more? Yes or no? And the answer would be yes if you're doing something or giving something that's intriguing, okay? It has to be intriguing. Still be yourself, but tailor your dating profile to what you want to attract. When I was on, I tailored my dating profile to attract vibes. And that's just what it was. Like, I wasn't on there like, I want to be in a relationship or I'm a lover girl. I was really on there on like, hey, I'm on my bullshit. Are you on your bullshit too? Hey, tap in. That's what I was on. And if I wanted to be in a more serious state, I would have tailored my profile towards seeking a relationship. And then if I really was serious about it, then I would have to stand on that with the people that I would be attracting. Another thing is stop oversharing on your dating profile. Stop putting all your business on there, okay? Stop putting all your business on the internet anyway, but specifically in your dating profile, if there are certain things you put on there, people can use those to their advantage to cosplay or manipulate the situation in their favor. So you give just enough. You give little onesie, twosie, little bits of bait to get them to latch on, but you don't give so much so that they can use that and reverse psychology their way into your coochie. Essentially, listen, I understand that dating is atrocious right now. And I don't believe that dating apps are the answer. I 100% support women divesting in the dating apps because inherently they are harmful to us. And inherently it's unsafe. I can't even say how many times I put myself in situations that could have been potentially unsafe in the name of going on dates with guys that I met on that app. And at the time, I wasn't thinking, oh, this guy could kidnap me or do whatever. He could be crazy. I was just thinking, I'm just a girl. I got a date on Monday, I got a date on Tuesday, and I got a date on Thursday. That's what I was on when I was on Hinge. And it was fun. It was fun, but it was dangerous as hell. And I think the culture of it, just like with the Bumble situation, it's assumed that you're down to fuck. It's assumed that you're, desperate. It's assumed that, you are willing to do more. And in the long run, I don't feel like it's beneficial for women at all. I feel like dating apps play directly into the patriarchy. And don't get me wrong, like I said, was having my way on the dating app, but I was still subjected to a lot of the same, harmful culture and harmful situations that a lot of women have been. And unfortunately, a lot of women in these situations have lost their lives or have ended up in terrible relationships with people. And I know those are like two opposite sides of the spectrum, but in all honesty, that's how thin the line is. That's how thin the line is sometimes. Expect to see more ads from these dating apps. I just saw one for Hinge and Tinder the other day, and you wouldn't think that dating apps needed ads because for a long time, I had never seen ads for dating apps, except for the ones that nobody gets on, like the stupid made up ones, like those, but I had never seen any real ad for Bumble ever. I had never really seen an ad for Hinge until just recently. They're rolling them out, baby. And I think it's because a lot of people are just getting off. A lot of people are realizing, okay, this is a waste of my time. This is stupid. You don't need those apps to date. Honestly, I had a friend who said Instagram is a dating app. And Instagram, I don't believe is a dating app, but Instagram is a means of meeting someone. Twitter is a mean, or X is a means of meeting someone, Facebook dating. Oh God. I don't care how hard it gets out here. You will not find me on Facebook dating. You will not find me on Facebook dating. That, to me, I just feel like that's the lowest of the low, baby. At that point, we done hit rock bottom. I'm better off alone. I'm better off single. There's no way. I know there are some people out there who have had great experiences with dating apps, and I don't really mean kind of do, but not really. But kind of, yeah. I do mean to yuck your yum a little bit. I don't know. I feel like just the culture around it is just not giving. And I'm not talking about shit like Match.com and eHarmony. I'm not talking about matchmaking services. I'm talking about an app that you get on your phone really quick. And if you're really, balling like that, you're paying for to try to meet people that most likely will not be in your life in 6 months. It's played out. It's played out. And it's a losing game. It's a losing game at this point. Child, I know that was a rant and a ramble on Bumble and the dating apps, but I really hope you guys were able to get some advice and some perspective out of that from a girly who did her thug thizzle on the apps and promptly made my exit, okay? When it was fun, it was fun. And then when it wasn't, it wasn't. And Honestly, I would say dating experiences are much better when you do them in a way that allows for human to human, face to face interaction, and interpersonal connection that you can't get through dating apps nowadays. Dating apps, honestly, for a lot of people, it's just a dopamine hit. It's just a let me get on, swipe, 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 let me get off. It's a let me get on and talk to this person for a day and make it seem like we're really gonna talk and then ghost. Like, that's what the culture is with dating apps right now. And the girls on TikTok hated it, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them. I just want to give you guys my little 2 cents. And like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I can't wait to get with you guys in the next one. Peace out.